Ooh,
Yes,
light. Okay, now you can see us.
Cameras.
Woohoo.
Oh no, I'm breaking things. Hold on, what is going on? Okay, hey, it's Fridays on the Edge.
Fridays on the Edge.
So if you're in the dojo, then you obviously have been talking to us. So welcome to Fridays on the Edge. Oh, you can hear me now?
You should be good.
Okay, yeah. So welcome to Fridays on the Edge, where we talk about our Fridays.
Well, we talk about what we've been up to, what's going on, business things. We love to offer answer questions for people in the cloud native space or people who are starting cloud native businesses, entrepreneurs.
And what did we start doing? We started running Business Live.
Yes, that's right. We are doing a lot of our business out in the open these days. You can see a lot of what we're doing.
Yes. Ask questions
in our community, as well as if you follow us on LinkedIn, we are also
I gotta get the link to this in the
I'm gonna put the link. Thanks everyone for watching. We're live streaming right now both on Nato's LinkedIn as well as on our YouTube channel, so shout out. And we are also live chatting with folks in our Discord in the DevSecOps Dojo. If you want to join the DevSecOps Dojo, you can do that in the link in the description of this video. So
there we go. And if you're Michael already got in there. Hey,
perfect. Yeah,
you guys are faster than me.
Doing it.
So yes, so some things that's going on. I'll just get right into it for announcements. So one of the things that we're going to be doing in all of the newer Fridays on the Edge is since we are running a business live, we started doing these job boards, and one thing that we ran into is it's really hard to keep a way for a lot of people to keep up with when you have a lot going on. So we're going to start to kind of discuss just like the news happenings, like what's going on. And we started doing this hackathon. What's this hackathon for? Basically, as we're building this new SaaS technology, this cloud ops SaaS that we've released, if you've been following any of our socials, we inevitably need a way to staff things and help serve more clients. And we're basically scaling, so we can basically serve lots of customers very quickly. So if suddenly one month we had literally 40 customer requests, which it's all new, so business doesn't really work that way because you don't just have all the things happen overnight. Then we can handle that sort of volume and customer volume, which is something that we couldn't handle before for a cloud native business where we help companies both develop apps and have things like our platform lets you do all things QA for what you need. Mm-hmm. So this hackathon that we're doing, if you come to the DevSecOps Dojo, you'll meet our members for this. In the DevSecOps Dojo that Cloud Underground hosts, we build everything ourselves. We built our own company or own community-built company called Underground Ops, and then we built our own community-built cloud platform called the Underground Nexus, and then our community company runs off of our community cloud and is also monetized off of our community cloud. Yes, it is monetized and it does have real paying customers. It's a real company. And so all built by our community members. So now we needed a way to make it easier to now take the work that's coming in and then staff that work that's coming in. And so we've decided that building a job board system is the way for us to do that. So then it's our job for Laura and I to go make sure that their customers and people who are providing jobs, and now it's our job to then go and redistribute those jobs. So our hackathon is also to help us host a mentor app, so then our existing members who are qualified to deliver services are also now open for being, you can go and get mentored by them to learn the types of things that we do, and you can learn how to, learn cloud native technologies. You can be an engineer or start an engineering company. Amazing.
That's right.
If that's something that you like, great. If you're interested in blockchain or AI or just cloud native concepts or different types of computing things or even cybersecurity, there will be different things. But our hackathon, we're going to be releasing this mentorship app where if you're trying to learn and build skills, you can come and get a real actual mentor. And then you can basically use real tools where we're going to set you up in our new SaaS cloud platform where you'll get a real basically sandbox for building software tools. So you can basically build real software that can be hosted because it's just a real cloud.
Dogs. Sorry.
Dog
we're always
things.
like trying to manage the dogs while we're live streaming.
Hey, dog.
I was sending one to the bed, and then I realized he's not going there because the other one's already on the bed. Okay, now he's just lying next to the bed.
He's jealous. They both want to be on the same bed. He's like, how come I can't be on that bed? He's like, well, but the other dog is on that bed.
The other one's on the bed. He's
and they both want the same bed. So anyway, there you go. So that's where all the distractions are. If you see us just like looking around like, what's going on? There's dogs everywhere.
Yeah,
dogs all
everywhere.
around the world.
Oh my, dogs.
We're surrounded.
Dogs tripping over the desks.
Yes, they'll just do their thing. But yeah, so anyway, any thoughts about this new SaaS and staffing model that we've put together?
Yeah, I just think it's really exciting. We've been kind of testing it more and more with the people in Underground Ops, who, like Nato said, are all people who were originally, people in the DevSecOps Dojo and people who were in the Cloud Underground Academy programs. And we're all really excited that we have been growing together and expanding together and working together, and that we now are starting to be able to have some more paid projects for all of those people to staff. So it's exciting. It's a cool like new side of Cloud Underground. Not really new because it's something we've been building for like years. Obviously, we've been talking about Underground Ops and the Drop Squad model and all of these things for a while. But of course, it's like we were building the foundation, and now we're able to really like push it out into the world and see it succeed. So that's always a good part of a good time in the business. So
for those wondering what we do, because we're technically an asset management firm. If you don't know what that is, it's a type of venture capital firm. But one of the funny things about how we operate is we operate by everything is around 3-year cycles. We do everything around 3-year cycles. So we teach in 3-year cycles. So it's kind of funny and fun because it's, you spend 3 years teaching stuff and doing stuff, and you're like, we're going to build a cloud by teaching cloud, and it's going to work in a 3-year cycle. And so then we spend 3 years, and it just feels like it's never going to end. You're like 2 years into it, and you're just like, okay, here we still are, still teaching cloud by still building the same cloud we've been building for over a year now. And then it like gets into the 3rd year. And so then it's funny because now it's like, okay, now we built the thing. And then now our members are able to now use the cloud and then build their own things from the cloud, which is the whole goal anyway. And now they're the ones who are able to provide mentorship, where it's like, we did some stuff to like teach cloud concepts by building a thing together. And then now it's like, now everyone else, because everyone got to come along for the ride and journey to see how it actually works. You can build a cloud. Hey, who knew? You just have to have the resources for it and the time and willingness to suffer. But anyways, you get through it all.
Yes, business is work. It does take work. And
then one day it'll go the other way, where now their mentors are going to be leading things, and then it's just going to pay forward pretty much forever. That's just how it works. So everything, like every 3 years, it takes about 3 years to build something really large and colossal and significant for yourself. Generally, I tried to break that rule once, and all I discovered was that it still takes 3 years to build a business. And I tried to avoid...
No matter what you do.
Yeah. There's this thing called the Valley of Death curve. And I tried to avoid that once, and then I learned that you don't avoid the Valley of Death curve, even if it's not your first business. It's just there. You're going to hit it.
You're going to hit it, and then you just have to be prepared to walk through it, and eventually you'll come out the other side.
How does it feel to go through the Valley of Death curve?
Well, you learn a lot, I think. It's not always easy, but you come out with a lot of lessons, I would say. And
sometimes you can really feel the name. They call it the Valley of Death, and you're just like...
Well, it's either like you make it or you don't. I think that's why they call it. You either like come through it,
or maybe not.
You just don't, or you die.
Oh no!
So
I laugh, but that's terrible. Oh man. Anyways, but yeah, business is there's a reason not everyone starts a business. There's like no one coming to save you. You're just doing some things. So the interesting thing about what we're doing is we are more of a supply chain and a vendor. So if you are a small business owner, all those things, we're not going to be letting just anyone into our program or anyone just yet. First, we're going to be focusing on our core members. They're all business owners who are building and growing their own commerce, learning how to build and grow their own assets. And since we are an asset management firm, then we enjoy helping people learn about how you can build and manage your own assets, because that's what we do ourselves, because that's our whole lives.
Yeah, that's what we do.
So if you want to learn how to build, own, and manage your own assets and then live off of them, and maybe even live in your own creations, where you can basically build your own, like we just live in our own data center these days, basically. So there you go. If those are the types of things that you're into, you can check out our community. Next year, we'll start talking about ways that other people can start to learn how to get involved. But this year, it'll be more just like enjoy the show, as we have lots of transparency. You're gonna all these videos are for our people too, to see like what's going on, what you're gonna keep up with. Next Monday, we are going to be launching our Dojo mentorship app. So once again, what is that Dojo mentorship app? I explained it last time. Maybe we'll hear it from both of our perspectives. Laura, do you want to give your perspective on what the Dojo mentorship app is that's going to be coming out for the members?
So we had a couple kind of criteria, which I'm trying to remember what both of them were off the top of my head. I know one of the main ones is that we want to be able to, now I remember. Okay. Is that we want our Dojo members who are mentors to be able to have a platform where they can interact with their mentees, and have kind of an ecosystem for that. That's like its own separate place outside of the DevSecOps Dojo, which is kind of a free, kind of open source community. We want them to have a more formal environment to do their mentorship. And then the other thing that we want in our DevSecOps Dojo, Underground Ops app, is that we want to be able to showcase our members, essentially, our mentors and approved members who also do work under Underground Ops, to kind of showcase their skills, make it a little bit of like a platform where you can kind of go and match with people based on skills for jobs and whatnot. Or if you're looking for a mentor, find a mentor that way. So I think those are kind of the main things. Another thing that some other features that Nato and I have talked about that we think might be cool is to make it kind of like a almost like a Reddit sort of platform where you can do like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a message board sort of thing.
Like a forum.
Yeah, a forum. So basically just kind of building out this vision that we've had for what we want Underground Ops to be for a really long time. Mm-hmm. And then just kind of encapsulating it all in this app. So
yeah, it's going to be a little tricky to do as fast as we're doing, but one thing that we're known for is doing things way faster than we probably should. And in the past, it's been very painful to do, but we've actually gotten so much automation built these days that we have a pretty good system. It's kind of like a little slingshot.
I mean, that's the beauty of the Underground Nexus, is it really allows us to develop very leanly and quickly and use templates, go back to things we built in the past and just kind of build upon them. And
Yep. We used to pull all-nighters during these types of events where it's like, okay, here we go. Are you ready to suffer for like a week or two? And then it's like, there goes sleep, there goes everything. And you're like, just like hoping to get to the next day. You're like, tomorrow's going to come, right? And then it does. And then you're like, whoo, the sun's coming up, everyone. We're here. So anyways, now it's like, we sleep. It's wow. Who knew? But anyways, yeah, we've built out so many automations. One of the reasons why we built this SaaS is because it basically lets us make everything really self-service, so that we don't have to be available for every little thing. The way that we were able to fund our runway before, we found, was just really, really tough to scale, because there's just too much friction. Because, I mean, ultimately we're an engineering company, and as an engineering company, it's not like you're going to write a blog or something for someone, or I don't know, submit some photography. And that's all valuable too, because that's nothing simple. I'm not saying any of those things are simple. But the thing about it is, like, the testing process with like software, it's like you have to deal with like expensive equipment in some cases. Sometimes the hardware alone could cost, tens of thousands of dollars. And so like, if you don't have all the equipment and all these things, it's just not really viable to just quickly whip up a service and deliver something. And so we built a pipeline. And the purpose of that pipeline is so that we can build standard ways for people to come in and build whatever someone needs for their agnostic needs. And what we mean by agnostic is maybe you like Windows, works with that. Maybe you like Mac OS, works with that. Maybe you like Linux, it works with that too. And maybe you like Unix, it also works with that. We wanted something that worked the same way for everything, for whoever is working with things, something that's easy for other people to teach others, because it's really hard to teach people things when everything's different. So we're like, well, how can we make something uniform? What if you want to teach a group of 1,000 people? You need to be able to teach them all the same steps, the same flows. And so we made uniform environments that make it very easy for us to staff. And so for engineering and incredibly complex tasks, it allows us to also add little automations in the background that remove manual steps that cause people to not be able to deliver services consistently. And so it's really the magic of automation. So people might ask, wait a minute, you do all of your work in little virtual desktops. Soon we're going to be showing what the stuff looks like, and you'll see it's a bunch of virtual desktops, but they're not actually just virtual desktops. They look like virtual desktops. They're actually complex proxy gateway systems. But I didn't want to teach people how to build a complex proxy gateway system. So I was like, people know how to use a mouse and something that looks like a desktop. So how about we just make it look just like a normal computer and work just like a normal computer, and people will be able to learn that. And lo and behold, it turned out that that was true. So people can learn how to use a mouse and a desktop. And then the idea is that that can scale, because that's something that, there's reasons why consumer computers don't have everyone learning like lines of code and like a terminal and all that stuff. So it's really hard to like scale an engineering department if you can't find ways to lower friction for people to be able to deliver consistent engineering results. So
that's right.
Wow, I just said a lot of things, didn't I? But the hackathon, yes. So soon you'll be able to learn those skills from people who learn from us, and they've seen it from the beginning, where we had like no products and we're like, okay, we have nothing and we're going to just start building stuff.
Yeah, honestly, it seems like we've kind of always done most of our dev publicly. I mean, our platform is open source, I think, for a reason, because we've had a lot of community involvement in the building of the Underground Nexus and all of these things. So
people always ask, aren't you guys worried about people stealing your ideas? And it's like,
no, it's open source.
You can go use it. Just come use it and try it for yourself and copy us. Hey, I'm one of those. We believe that there's room for everyone.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. The market is huge. There's plenty of room for everyone.
We've never struggled to continue to stay in business over sharing. As a matter of fact, if anything, sharing has made it easier for us to get to meet more people and show off what we actually know and prove that we know what we're talking about and show that our things actually work, because
collaboration, cooperation, all of these things just make us better. We don't worry so much about the competition side of things. So
that's right. So we just try to do the best that we know how to do. And because we're human, we don't always do the best ourselves. So sometimes these big complex platforms are also designed for us, because we're not as advanced as our own systems. So I'm like, wow, I don't want to be a top performer all the time, but I want systems that make me a top performer all the time.
That's right. Hack the system.
Systems. So that's what we're working on now, is just having systems that make elite performance easier. And because we built our own technology, now it's been 4 years, and we've engineered so much. It's amazing what's possible. That's all I have to say. I'm actually pretty shocked. I knew that our stuff is going to work, but it's pretty impressive. If you haven't used the Underground Nexus, you can go over to GitHub and you'll find the Underground Nexus.
There's a link on our website too. If you just go to our website,
true.
Along the top, Underground Nexus is one of the links there. So that'll get you to the GitHub, so you don't have to just search in GitHub.
And if you just want to consistently host hundreds of customers without something that's going to go down, and you can toss it in AWS, you can use it in your local hosting on your own servers. You can use it at servers at home. You can use it from a Raspberry Pi. You can use it from, there are so many ways that you can use the underground Nexus. It'll work in, Azure, GCP. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to use it in. And that was a lot of what our goal was too, is we actually reverse engineered every cloud platform that we could discover. That was how it all began. We were like, okay, how are we going to teach cloud by building cloud? We're like, first, we're going to just go and rip apart every single cloud platform that we can. We're going to learn everything about the guts and the bare bones underneath it. And so then as a result, we did take all of that learning and knowledge to make our cloud work with every cloud and every non-cloud option.
That's right.
Including mixing it all together. You can have a blend and a mesh that has a little bit of everything. It's like spaghetti.
Wait, how is that like spaghetti?
You just mix everything into one little plate and you just twirl it around.
Okay. All right, sure.
It's like
the sauce and the noodles and the cheese, and then you swirl it all around.
Swirl the cheese in there too.
It's like a vortex.
Vortex. No, the best part though is it's just really easy to just manage like lots of customers and like remotely, and you don't have to worry so much about like as much equipment and firewalls and things the same way. I mean, you still have to deal with those things, but it's pretty straightforward. It's just convenient.
Totally.
Once you use it, it's hard to go back.
For sure.
So anyway.
So what else do we need to talk about tonight on Fridays on the Edge?
Those are the announcements. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions either in the community or in?
I've been kind of keeping an eye on things.
The chats.
We did have a little meeting. One thing we've been doing.
We do dojo meetings first.
Yeah, one thing we've been doing before these is we do have little dojo meetings with some of our folks before we go live. So, yeah. Again, if you want to be a part of the DevSecOps Dojo, there's a link in the description of this video for how to get in there. Thanks, Jorge, for chatting at us. It's been fun.
So it doesn't look like. Well, anyways, it'll be sweet. So no specific questions. So anyways, the new mentorship app is coming. The goal is to have something out by Black Friday. And, we're going to move so fast that our marketing can't even keep up with it. We're just going to go and we're going to just launch a price model designed to allow our people to afford to give you services. Our mentors, one of the neat things about our mentors is they're going to use the cloud that we all built together to then host you in the cloud that we all built together. And then you're going to get to learn how to build your own cloud with the cloud that was built by the community in an app that's built by the community. And here's the other part. They will also be your IT. So they're going to use the skills that we taught them. And then that allows us to actually pay our members more. We can pay our members more because instead of us paying like a separate IT and all of that, the skills that we teach allow you to be your own mentee's IT as also your way of learning how to support a long-term customer. And we also find this to be a great way to, let's say that you don't want to go straight to trying to have like big corporate clients and sign big like $200,000 deals, and you're just trying to run a basic business and you don't even know how to start a business, and you're just like, I just want to start a business. It's much easier to just get mentees and work with people who are a little more not corporate, not so corporate.
Yeah.
Make it easy to just get going. Okay, so anyways.
Definitely.
There you go.
All right, guys. Well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight for another exciting edition of Fridays on the Edge. I believe, despite the holiday, next Thursday, we should be here next Friday. We'll be here. It's Black Friday. We'll be doing launches and stuff.
Yes, that's right. That's
actually, hopefully it's all automated, and then we won't be doing anything, and it'll all just be happening, and we'll just be here on Fote chatting with you guys, having a nice, relaxing week.
And then you can be learning how to do what we do for yourself while we automated our days away.
Yes.
We just automate all of our time back into our day. So then you can learn how to automate your time back into your day, which is a completely different experience from just doing all of the work all of the time.
all the work all the time. Don't do it.
Automate the work all of the time.
Don't do it. Automate it.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well,
Okay.
thanks everyone. Happy Thanksgiving next week to those in our audience in the USA. And yeah, cool.
Stay on edge.
We'll see you next Friday for next Friday's On the Edge.